Hi, this is Don Samuels, and this is the 5th Ward Update. I'm going to talk to you about a controversial issue that we have made a decision on to support the Vikings Stadium. Very early on, I came out in support of the stadium, and I stood by my decision to the very end because I believe it is the right thing to do for the city and the region. And I've heard from a lot of people around the region, from the suburbs, and from our own community in North Minneapolis. And everybody is, it's a pretty controversial issue, but from my count, most people are coming down in support of the stadium. So here's my thinking on this. We have 7,500 jobs, construction jobs, that are going to be available for our city, and we already have a large employment gap, disparity between minorities and whites. We have construction workers of all colors sitting on the bench, and we need to employ the unemployed members of the construction industry and give a jolt to our economy. We need to do that now. In addition, there are 2,000 plus ongoing jobs for the stadium, and people are going to be able to work there in operations and concessions and so on. In addition to that, what many people don't understand is how much a Vikings team or a professional sports team exposes our city to the rest of the country. We get a lot of promotional value out of that. Now the city spends $7.5 million on Meet Minneapolis, which advertises our city, promotes it, and does planning for events, etc. $7.5 million. That's the value of promotion to our city. And so here we are, we have an opportunity to do something, a quantum leap beyond a commercial or a series of commercials. It's going to be Monday Night Football. It's going to be part of this circle of teams that is being watched all over the country, many Sunday afternoons over the course of the year. And in addition, there will be additional events at the stadium, which will be now more of a marquee draw. We'll be able to get events, for instance, like the potential for getting the NFL Super Bowl, Alcoholics Anonymous International Convention, which brings $70 million to the cities it goes to. The Seventh-day Adventist Convention, $70 million. And I have here multiple $1 million of a half a dozen large conferences that we could get, and that are saying they would never come to a city like ours if we do not have this kind of venue. So it's promotional dollars, it's being able to attract large events that bring a lot of dollars to our city. And you know, we could have a vacated part of downtown where now we're going to be worried about what to do with this large building that is empty because the team is gone, and now we have all the attendant problems of blight, a sense of an empty downtown. We have to consider all these things, even as we consider the issues of compassion and all the other alternative ways around affordable housing and so on that money can be spent on. But if we don't have a vibrant and vital downtown, then we could have a ghost town that now becomes a place for homeless and gives us less tax base to invest in all of those good things. Now finally, we know that the Vikings Stadium is most likely going to be built. Suddenly, the legislature got an infusion of enthusiasm because it had to face the reality that the Vikings could move. And once it faced that reality, everybody jumped into gear. This would have happened with or without the city of Minneapolis' cooperation. And when that happened, here's what would happen. We would then try to insert requirements, demands, and aspirations of what that would mean for us and what we want out of it. We would have no power to get those things. Instead, now we have added our support prior to the decision, and we've added with our support requirements that we employ minorities to bridge the employment gap, those employment opportunities should be in construction at the levels that the city has established, 31% versus 11%, which was our previous minority hiring goal. Now we're going to be able to require 31% and also high expectations for the hiring of women. In addition, we're going to require that minorities be involved in the concessions business and in the operations and employed in the operations of the stadium. Those are requirements that we've set forth in our letter to the state, and they're now part of the package and our understanding with the state. So we were able to demand those things. We're going to be able to oversee those things to make sure that compliances are achieved, and we are now a partner in this venture rather than sitting on the sidelines sulking that the stadium was built against our will and without our input. So that was my thinking, and I hope that you can understand and support it, because I think our community and our region is going to be better off for a vibrant Viking stadium that attracts 360 events and 9 Vikings games and a potential postseason on into the future. Thank you.